Hey, y'all, welcome to Late Night with Bridget and Holly. I'm your host, Bridget.
And I'm your host, Holly.
And y'all, make sure tonight's topic is trash or treasure. But before we get into that, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell here on YouTube or listen to us on any of your favorite podcast channels every Tuesday and Friday at 11 p.m. But, Holly, how you been doing?
I'm tired of dealing with my motherfucking sinuses and my motherfucking allergies. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm tired of sounding like Snuffleupagus.
You do sound like
Yeah,
Snuffleupagus.
I'm on Claritin. I'm on Zyrtec. I'm on Alka-Seltzer Cold. Plus, I'm on 800 milligram Motrin. I don't like Flonase. Even though my doctor recommended it, I don't like that shit.
I feel you. I feel you. So,
Yeah.
on tonight's topic, trash or treasure, are you okay with buying used stuff?
I will not buy used clothes. I will not buy used bedding. If I buy anything used, it's got to be like maybe like a table, um, something that I can wash. But
Right.
like if it's antique looking dishes, yes, I will not buy anybody's Tupperware. I don't care. I do because that shit has pores and it seeps and opens and But d- d- I'm funny about that. I'm not saying this in a bad way, and I'm not being stuck up. But like JoJo loves to go to the Goodwill. There's a lot of people who go to the Goodwill and they shop, and she likes the clothes. I d- I don't want to picture, you know, Cindy Lou Rottencrotch, sweating up in a pair of pants, with no undies, and that's gonna run through my head like, yeah,
Yeah.
hoo ha, sweated all over that shit, or, you know, Jeremy was walking down the street and shit his pants, even though he
Yeah.
washed them, he still shit his pants. He still
Exactly.
shit in his pants. Like I'm more of furniture. It's like except for like couches. I'll buy some chairs, but like it's just strictly furniture. It can't be clothes or clothy stuff. What about you?
I don't like used stuff.
Period at all.
Period. I don't like
Oh,
used clothes, socks, underwear, furniture. I don't like any of it. I don't know. I don't know. I
see,
don't like
I'm
used
not
stuff.
the girl like down here, and I don't know if it's like this where you are. I'm sure it's like this everywhere. I can take and put a kitchen table out there at the end of my road, and it's gonna be gone in 2 hours.
Yeah.
But see, I'm not that girl. I'm not the girl who's gonna ride by. Now I might ride by and be like, "Oh, wonder why they throwing it away. That's cute," but I don't get it.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to like a thrift store or antique store, then I'll get like cute like pictures. Might get like a cute little table. So it's never anything really, really big that I get. Like now, they had a really nice vanity that Tammy went and got. She had been looking everywhere, and she actually found it at one of
Hmm.
the thrift stores,
Hmm.
and it's gorgeous. Like it looked brand new, and it's like, God, why did they bring that there? It's in mint condition, but that's about the only thing used. And I want to ask you, what is your opinion, your take on dumpster diving?
I just said I don't like anything used. Oh well,
No,
dumpster
I
diving.
mean,
It would be new stuff that people have thrown away, right?
yeah, but you see people who go dumpster diving, and it's like there's food in there, and they're digging out like juice and meat and boxes of noodles, and like I cannot do that. I imagine, okay, if I'm starving and I'm homeless, and that's like my only source of food, of course, I mean, I understand. I'm not down in anybody who does it, but I can't stomach to do that.
Mm-mm.
I can't see a loaf of bread in a trash can and be like, oh, it expired 2 days ago and ain't been opened. I'm taking it home and gonna eat it. I,
Yeah, no, no. If I dumpster dived, food is an absolute out. It's a no. Um, Clothes would be an absolute out. Like
right.
I said, it would have to be like a candle that still has the lid on it that hadn't
Or
been burned,
jewelry.
or yeah, jewelry or something like that. I'm not big on dumpster diving either. Now, what is an interesting fact is years ago, me and my dad had started the dumpster diving. We had started doing that
What?
years ago. Yes. Me and my dad did. And we would go behind
Oh,
stores and you would see they would have, but we had started it because we had started a flea market business.
oh,
And
okay.
at the flea market, a lot of people had started telling us, go behind these stores because they throw out pallets of stuff or stuff that's still in good condition.
Wow.
And so we would get stuff like that would be how we got some of our stuff. And some of it I would keep. Like if you'd go to like the mall, Kirkland's would have
Yeah,
pictures that was thrown out. And the glass would be broken, but once you replace the glass, it would look like a brand new picture.
brand new.
So I did do that, but
Did
I'm
y'all do
just
good
not.
money?
Yeah, we did pretty good. Yeah, the flea
Really?
market. Yeah. Hmm.
So if you saw like a big fancy picture, okay, like a home interior picture, because I mean you talked about home interior a while back, and you used to love home interior. So what would you sell for at the flea market if you, let's just say there was a home interior picture and you knew it was like a hundred, because that shit was expensive back then, and I don't know if they even still do home interior now, but pictures were like $80, $150. So what would you sell like $150 picture from home interior for at the flea market?
Usually about half, 50 to 75.
Oh, and people would get it.
Yeah.
Do
Hmm.
you, that's one thing, I've always wanted to do is do a booth at the flea market. And Heather tells me all the time, she was like, with your pins and stuff that you do, she's like, people get booths at the flea market and sell their stuff. And I
Yeah.
keep saying I'm gonna do it, but I've never done it. I've never
Yeah.
done it yet.
Yeah.
But
Oh
I
yeah,
want
I've done
to.
that a lot. I've even after
Excuse
matter of
me.
fact, when me and Mr. Ronnie first got together, my dad was still doing his flea market business.
Oh,
We went from a variety shop. We were like selling a lot of different stuff to where he had found his niche in he loved knives. And he would buy wholesale knives, clean them up. He would set them out there, and he really got into selling knives, and he enjoyed that. He really did enjoy that.
really?
Yep. And a matter of fact, when he passed away, I called somebody at the flea market and asked him. I kept some of his knives. I kept some for my boys as keepsakes. Um, but called somebody at the flea market and asked them if they wanted to buy all the knives that I had,
How
just in
many did
a
he
bundle.
have?
The big blue, hard blue totes. He had like 3 totes full of knives.
Oh my God, how many knives would you say were each one? A couple of hundred each one, probably.
Yeah, yeah. He probably had about six
Wow.
hundred knives.
How much money did you make off that?
Honestly, I sold them all for like $100 and some dollars.
Oh, just just so you could like get rid of them, and
When my
somebody else will
dad
make better
passed
use
away,
of them.
yeah, when my dad passed away, I went in that, which I'm glad I did it. I went in his house quickly, got rid of stuff quickly. I didn't like a lot of people take it out of the house and go put it in storage and then have to go through it later. I only kept a few pieces, and we didn't have to go through that because honestly, I think it would have been too painful to have to go back through it years later.
Yeah, cause like for me, I'm living in our family home, and so of course everything here is mama's, and it took me a year. It took me a year to like grieve, deal with her death, accept it, and then I finally started cleaning out. I started simple by cleaning out her closets, cause I needed closet space, and it took me almost 2 years to finally start sleeping in that room, and it was just a process, and I felt so bad because my mama, if there was one thing I could tell you, she was stylish, and she always bought clothes and shoes. And when I tell you, one of the closets, because she had 2 closets, actually 4 closets full of her clothes, because there was my bedroom, her room, the hall closet, and the closet in what is now Jason's man cave. And one would have like her formal gowns, and then one would have like her winter clothes, and so she categorized and everything. And Bridget, I kid you not, the closet in our hall, she had shoes in boxes stacked from the
Hmm.
floor
Hmm.
all the way up to where they
Huh.
couldn't go no more. And she had them like that, and they were brand new, brand
Ah,
new. Some she had worn, some she hadn't
had not.
worn. Yeah, and so as I was going through this stuff, I asked, Mary, Courtney, Larry, Joellen, Tammy, everybody in the family are people I knew. Wifey and all them, okay, do y'all want any of these shoes and stuff like that? And some I gave them away,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot I threw out, and I felt so bad because I know I could have taken them to,
Like
like
Goodwill or
the,
something.
yeah, but a- at the time, because it was so fresh, I didn't want to see anybody walking around in my mom's clothes and be
Oh,
wondering who's got my mom's clothes. So I trashed them. And I
right.
kept a few of her stuff. I do have one tote where I've got her favorite pair of jeans, a couple of sweaters that she wore faithfully.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few pieces of her clothing that I kept, and all of us each got a piece of her clothing that they wanted.
Oh,
Yeah, so I mean, I feel bad. Like I did keep some of her evening gowns though,
right.
because I kept the one from my first wedding, I kept the one from Mary's wedding, and I kept the one from my brother's wedding.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then everything else I got rid of.
That's interesting. But see, but I'm like that too. I mean, I went through my dad's stuff and got rid of what I didn't want, and but I am thankful that there are people out there that love used stuff. Now there was a time that I
Yeah.
used to love to ride around to yard sales. Me and Ronnie, when we first got together, I loved yard sales.
Would you buy
But
anything?
yeah, I would, but I just got to where I just didn't like it. I just like, but it would be like you said, it'd be little pictures or figurines
Oh,
or
okay. So I was gonna ask, what would you buy, like
yeah,
when you would go to the yard sales?
yeah, not anything like I said, no clothes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when I have yard sales, I got to where I don't put clothes out at my yard sales anymore. Even my clothes, I
Oh,
I give all
really?
my clothes to Salvation Army. Yeah, because think about it, when
Oh,
you go through all that trouble. First of all, okay, so you put out clothes at a yard sale. If it's hanging, you got to have some way to hang it. So you got
true.
to put up some makeshift clothesline, and then people don't want to give you but $1 for this, 50 cent for that. Like, if I sold my whole wardrobe at a yard sale, I wouldn't make but $50 off of it. So that to me is
Yeah.
like not even
That's
worth
highway
giving away.
robbery right there.
Exactly. I'd rather give it to somebody like I said in need,
In need
so I
of
just
it.
don't do it.
But
So
that's good though to do that.
do you believe in the statement that one person's trash is another person's treasure?
I do, because like my neighbor across the street now is different because I know her. She had put out some chairs,
Uh-huh.
and she still has the set, but she needed to get rid of two chairs because she had too much, and I got them
Mm-hmm.
because I want to paint them white, redo the upholstery, sitting part. But see, I know her. We're close. We look out for each other and help one another and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
that was my treasure right there. Um, but I believe, yeah, when you go to like a thrift shop and you find something like, I don't know, like this little star might be antique. You be like, oh my God, that's so cute. That's from like the 1910s, and da 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 da. Why would somebody get rid of that? Because when I went one time, that me, Tammy, and JoJo went. This has been, I don't know, a while back. And Jason loves baseball, and there was a wooden, um, God, well, it was probably about like this. It was big, this size, and it was wood, and on the inside was felt, but on the top of it was glass, and it had like a baseball bat
Uh.
and something to do with baseball. And I was like, God, I ain't never seen nothing like that. And because he loves baseball, I picked it up, and he loved it. So I do believe that another person's trash is another person's treasure, depending on what it
What
is.
it is, right, right. And I believe that too. I think so too. I mean, like I said, but now I will tell you the main reason me and my dad used to go around to yard sales, we would go around yard sales too, is we was watching these shows back then, which I know you've probably seen them, where somebody will buy something at a yard sale and go take and have it appraised, and it's worth mm, tons of money.
Yes, what's that show? Oh God, that's part of the word. The Antique Roadshow.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But you can find stuff like that now. What would I would say? What would be the best thing I ever found or got at a yard sale? I can't even remember anything specifically. You know. I used to do the Goodwill too, not for clothes. Like I said, I'd go in there and look for dishes or for this or for
Yeah.
that.
Fabergé eggs. Oh, I'd love to get me one of them.
Fabergé egg, really?
Uh-huh.
I
I'd
don't even,
love
do
to
they
get
even make
one.
those anymore?
I don't know. I don't know, but I know they're worth a pretty penny on the antique roadshow. I don't even know if that still comes on.
I don't know. I don't know about that. But now I have heard of stuff like, too, like people buying couches from Goodwill and they take it home and they flip it over and it's got money stashed underneath the couch.
Oh
Have you
my
ever heard that?
god. Oh, yeah, I have. God, I totally forgot about that. I need to start buying some couches and chairs. Great grandma might have tucked 20K up in that cushion.
They would, yeah. Now, what would you do in that case? If you bought a couch, you brought it home, you flipped it over, and there was $10,000 cash in there, what would you do? Would you say anything to anybody, or would you just keep it?
It go right into my checking account.
Me
I
too.
mean, because you dropped the couch off, the chair off. It's not my fault that, you didn't tear it apart or whatever, like
Right.
finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. But there was now I know we're getting off topic, but we do that. But there was a guy who bought a house one time, and he went up in the attic and he was doing some work because he was actually going to make a space up in the attic for his kids' playroom because the way the attic was set up. And
Oh,
he found a box that had $50,000 cash in it. And the people said, when you buy the house, you bought the contents, so it was his.
wow. I've heard stories like that. And before, we owned our own home and we would go places and move around or whatever, when I was with my first husband, I would always go up to the attic and be like, go there and check, see, might be a treasure. And in the blue house that we bought because it was so old, we were thinking too, we were like, oh my god, I wonder if there's something up there, but of course there wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, I know like older people, probably like my dad's would have been my dad's age, was born in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. They tended to hide a lot of money around the house. They didn't, like if they would make money on the farm and all this stuff, they would hide money around the house. They would hide it in the walls, they would hide it in the floors and the vents and this and this and this. And I know my dad said that his landlord years ago that you'd see him out there with boxes and he would be digging holes in the yard putting these boxes of cash in the yard. So his kids, his boys, when they inherited it, they had backhoes and they was out there digging everywhere, all over the place.
How much did they get?
I don't know if they ever recovered any money, but it was just funny
Wow.
watching them run around just tearing up everything looking for all this
Could
money.
you imagine doing that and you didn't hide that much and he put $1 here, $1 there, 50 cent here, 25 cent there? I'd be so motherfucking mad. But look, old man, you went to trouble doing all this and you just sat here and gave me a run for no money.
Yeah, exactly. A run for no money. Be end of the day, the damn whole yard's tore up and you found $50.
Yep, $50. Not worth it
All
when you had to pay about $100 just to get your yard fixed. And there's half your profit right there.
exactly, exactly. So would you buy, I'm gonna name some items. Would you buy
Okay.
used fingernail polish if somebody had only used half the
Uh-uh.
bottle? Okay. Would you buy used underwear?
No.
Used socks?
Uh-uh.
What about shoes?
Uh-uh.
I'm trying to think of some used. What about used makeup? They only used part of the makeup.
Oh, uh-uh.
No.
Unless I know you, like if you got, hey Holly, I got this palette. Do you want it, or do you want to buy it or whatever? Yeah, 'cause I know you and I know you ain't dirty.
Yeah. Uh, would you buy used pots and pans?
See, and that's where I'm funny. I won't buy used pots and pans, but I will buy used plates. And not cups that you like would drink out of, but the cups like to match a set or whatever. If I really wanted it. 'Cause like if I was to see a perfect Miyoki at the Goodwill or the thrift shop, I couldn't. Even though I could replace I just no. Oh.
Yeah, I can't either. I don't like used stuff. Period. You gonna like? I don't even like a used car.
I really, no, I'm okay with a used car as long as it's in mint condition. I'm
I don't
not,
like
not, prone, because I
because
mean,
I think to myself, people fart in the car. Like I said, you might have shit on your pants in the car. They pick their
throw up.
boogers. They pick their boogers, throw up. Yeah, all kinds of. Like I remember one time, my son, he had his friend in the car with him, and they were coming home from a party, and his friend kept saying, "I feel sick, I feel sick," and all of a sudden he threw up. When he threw up, it like went this way, and it went all in the car vents, in the vents and
Oh,
everything. And it was like every time you
it
turned
takes
the damn air
forever.
conditioner on, yeah, it did. It smelled like puke.
Because me and Tammy, her first husband, and my first husband, we all worked at a casino together, and we had a Christmas party, and I was so fucking drunk, and we had a Bronco back then, and oh my god, we were going to the Huddle House to eat, and Chris is driving, and I'm sitting in the front, and next thing you know, my head, the windows down, and I'm just like, bleh. Bleh, it goes all down the outside of the car, but it got some in between that rubber
Uh
and
huh.
shit. You could smell that shit forever. It was
I
bad.
know. I know.
It
I
was
would hate
bad.
to, and you don't. So that's what I'm saying. So you don't know when you get a car. Has anybody ever threw up in it? Has anybody just shit pissed, spilt
Yeah, and
something
I
in
don't
it?
really think about that with a car, but I don't think about that with a car if it looks brand new.
Yeah.
So, like, if the car looks used, no, I'm not gonna get it. But
Yeah.
if the car is used but it looks brand new and it's
Yeah.
got that new car smell, and you know how you
Yeah.
can get a new car and they try to cover up the smell with the new car smell, and it's just a whole new smell altogether, and it's like it's almost like a you had a trash um whatever with I don't know.
Yeah.
Now that is how I.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay. I didn't hear a word you said. Yeah, I can now.
Oh no, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
I
can hear
I
you
got
now.
all my notifications and everything on. Okay. I got all my notifications on the do not disturb. I had a call come through. That was weird.
They called multiple times.
Okay.
If somebody calls
Um,
multiple times, it will ring because they deem it that it might be an emergency.
and it was my sister, and I told her I was doing a podcast. Um, I don't remember where I was, but yeah, if it's used but looks new and smells new, I'll get it. But if it's used and looks used and smells funky, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you gonna have to piece these two together?
No.
Oh, okay, because it's only showing a minute on my 50 seconds on my screen.
Oh shit. It might. We'll just keep going and see what happens.
Okay, yeah, we didn't have but like 4 minutes left anyway. I think we're at 23 minutes when the call come in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. Bessie will fix it because she's our tech person and she's good at getting everything together.
If I have to, I'll export yours and try to put them together if I can.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, I'm like you. I just certain stuff used. I mean, most stuff used. I just don't care for. Now, if I go and it's you know like you said, it looks new. Maybe they still got it in the box and the tags on it, and it's just been sitting in the attic. Then I might get something like that. But I don't.
Yeah.
I hadn't went to a yard sale, bought anything used, and I cannot remember when. And I
I've
don't
I,
like homemade stuff either.
I know a lot. Except my pens. You do like
I
my
do like your pens.
homemade pens that I made. I was gonna show them, but I didn't know what one to grab. Oh, this is a new series I just got to show you that I made. Look how cute these are.
Oh, I do like those.
They're
Oh my
elegant
goodness.
and just so adorable.
Oh, they
They're so cute. I
are.
really enjoyed making
Now,
those. So,
why don't the yellow one have a yellow top?
um, what you mean?
Is that it? The other ones, all the tops match the bows on all those other pins.
Um, Oh, well, it was just a pen. Like, I had a yellow pen, but the yellow bow didn't look good on it. So
Oh,
I
okay.
did white and
Okay.
accented the white in the center. Because just, it
Okay.
was just too much yellow.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm going to
Yeah,
have to put that one
yellow's
on the
a
white
color
pen.
that you got to take it easy with.
Yeah, that is true. Because it was that color yellow.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's one of my
Yeah.
Halloween ones I made.
Oh, that's cute. I do like
Oh,
those.
it said this is a good stress reliever too. This is like coloring, a little bit like coloring for me.
There you go. Well, y'all, we definitely enjoyed this podcast.
Sorry for the
Tell us what.
interruption.
Sorry for the. What do y'all like? Used. Do you like? Will you buy clothes? Is there certain things you absolutely won't touch used? Do you think that somebody else's trash could be your treasure? Let
Are
us
you
know
a
in the
dumpster diver?
comments. Are you a dumpster diver for real? Yeah, let us know that. But and I have seen a lot of people that do that, and they love it. But I've never been able. Like I said, I did it for a little while. I couldn't get into it. It
Yeah,
just wasn't
and
that
I've
great. So
seen some people do it just to help others.
yeah,
You know, and I understand that too. But you pulling a pack of hamburger meat out and it's still cold to give to somebody. I just I couldn't, because what if you give it to them and they end up getting sick? Like
thick.
canned goods and stuff, yeah. But when
Yeah,
you pulling out cheese and sausage and hamburger meat and all that, you're taking a very, very big
big
fucking risk
risk.
dumpster
Yeah,
diving. Yeah.
canned stuff's different. Yeah, I agree. But y'all let us
Yes.
know in the comments what you think. Make sure you tune into YouTube podcast, any of your favorite podcast stations every Tuesday and Friday at 11 p.m. Email us at bridgetandholly@gmail.com if you have any topics you want us to discuss, or if you have any questions, want us to solve a problem, ask our advice, any of that stuff. We'd love to hear from you. But until next time, y'all, bye.
Good night. Sorry for the stuffiness.